turning wimpy little girls into women since 2006. I'm not even kidding. It's on their website and their Facebook page. We're talking roller derby here. Happy to be joined by Heather Thibodeaux and Shelley Griffin. Looking forward to this conversation because I am going to learn about some roller derby. Very nice to meet you ladies, and thanks for coming into the studio this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Well, first of all, let's talk about the basics of roller derby. It's not just skating around the rink, is it?
No, it's not. It is very involved. You have to go through a 3-month start. It's called New Recruits, where they teach you how to skate properly, how to fall properly for derby.
I bet that's pretty important though, right?
Yes, it's very important. You have the horrible 27 and 5, where you have to do 27 laps in 5 minutes.
Is that pretty difficult?
It can be.
It is at first, but you get there. The more endurance you have as you continue.
So at this point, you guys are like, oh, that's nothing. You guys will be fine. 27 laps in 5 minutes. Come on.
Yeah. No.
Sure.
Well, explain me a little bit. So how does scoring work in this derby? And how many people are on is it called a track, a rink, or?
It is a track. There are 5 from each team. You have a jammer who has a star on their head, and you have 4 blockers for each side. So there should be a total of 10 people on the track at one time. And the jammer is supposed to get through all of the pack and come around.
Starts at the back and then, okay.
And once they get through all the way around, then they can start scoring as they pass the next set of blockers.
Is that how does scoring work? How do you score?
By
passing people?
By passing blockers.
By the jammer, the one skater that has the helmet cover with a star on, so that way everyone kind of knows that's who the scoring skater is. And the blocker's jobs are to keep that person from getting through, and because as each blocker she passes on the opposing team, she will score points. So
Gotcha.
Our job as blockers are to keep her from scoring points if possible.
Is there a time limit? Are there laps? What's the duration here?
Yes, it is a 2-minute jam, and it is called a jam. So the jam can last for a maximum of 2 minutes, or the lead jammer has the ability to call the jam off by, going like this. So that will call off the jam. And generally they do that to keep the other jammer from scoring points, so they're the only one that scores the points.
Seems like it's pretty physical. What's allowed, what's not allowed by the blockers?
Main thing that's not allowed, which is the one thing everyone recalls from the older days of roller derby, are elbows. We can't elbow, and there's a number of rules for safety reasons, especially that you can't hit below the knees, can't hit above the shoulders, the middle of the back, and things like that. And then there's just a whole litany of other rules that we have to follow for gameplay, just like any game.
About this thick.
About that thick?
Yeah.
That's just the rules. Oh, okay. It changes. Hey, this year we're going to do this.
Yeah.
We're talking with Heather and Shelley here about roller derby. What got you guys into this?
I enjoyed skating as a teenager and saw a bout and thought, man, this looks like fun. And here I am 4 years later.
So you're 4 years into it, and you? How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for a 1.5 years, and it was on my bucket list after I finished college, and it's something that I've been wanting to do probably for about 5 years, and I used to skate as well as a speed skater when I was younger. So
Pretty fun, huh?
it is.
Competitive and all that.
It is very competitive, and I think when I started, I didn't realize the amount of competitiveness that was in there, that was involved. But it's really wonderful, and it's pushing me and everybody else on the team to be a better skater and do more for the team as a whole.
I'll say this: there's an event on Sunday. It's over at Skate Galaxy, which is at 36th and MacArthur. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the door. This Sunday, it's the Broads versus the Battle Squad. Explain to me the difference between your A and B team and who's playing this weekend versus who played in the tournament that you just had last weekend.
The A team, our All-Stars team, is we get scored like every 3 months, and the scoring determines your placement on the team. So you have to do a specific amount of points to get placed on the A or the All-Stars team. And the All-Star team is our WFDA certified, which is the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. And
that's like a national organization?
That is a national organization, and that allows the rankings to be placed for our A team. Our B team is not ranked, so their scores, the scoring on that is just a little bit lower. So if you score under a certain amount of points for WFDA, then you're placed on the B team, which is not WFDA certified. Right, yeah.
And then this past weekend, though, the All-Stars team was in Colorado, right?
Correct, yes. We were in a tournament up in Loveland, Colorado, put on by the Slaughterhouse Derby girls in Greeley, I think, a neighboring city. So it was a lot of fun. There were a good 10, 12 other leagues there competing as well. And
more of a regional, national situation there?
Mostly kind of regional, even though there was a team. We had 2 teams from Canada and one from Alaska. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Now this Sunday, I believe, like I said, there's tickets, but then also a bake sale, and some of those proceeds go to help you guys travel, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes. And I think we're going to try to utilize some of that funding to help us work on some. What is it?
Bringing in someone to do some training, some special training for us, and everything from another league that has offered up their services. Mm-hmm. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Well, how big is roller derby here in Oklahoma City? You mentioned leagues, but there's more than one league, right?
Yes. Correct. There are 3 leagues currently right now in Oklahoma City. The Oklahoma City Roller Derby, which is us, the Victory Dolls, and the Outlaws are the 3 teams that are in Oklahoma City.
All right, very cool. And if somebody's watching this, they're like, hey, I'm going to come out Sunday and watch the match. I assume it's called the match game. And then they want to get involved. How can they get involved?
We do new recruits about every 3 months. They can always go to log on to okcrd.com and check for the next date that we have coming up. We also have a Facebook and Instagram and Twitter that you can come on.
Media.
We are all over social media.
Tiffany Gibson probably has something to do with this.
She does, yes. So they can just go on to Facebook and send a message and ask when the next new recruit program is, or they can send an email on the website, and somebody will get back in touch with them and let them know when the next one is coming up. I think we just had the next new recruit program start last week or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
So it's about every 12 weeks we try to bring in new skaters.
And there's also opportunities for people that may not want to skate. We have what's called non-skating officials that help us keep score and different aspects of the game for our statistical purposes, as well as refs. However, refs are on skates, but there are other opportunities.
A way to be part of the action, except
that's right.
Maybe not in the middle of the...
And you get a derby name, so you can't beat that.
Sunday, 4:30, the doors open, the game starts. It's called a game, not a match. Then we got 5 p.m., Skate Galaxy, OKC, 36th and MacArthur. Again, tickets are $10 or $15 at the door. The Broads versus the Battle Squad. Who's going to win?
We're hoping we do.
Yeah?
Yes, we always hope we win, but it'll be a good match, and it'll be very aggressive and competitive. Yep.
We're looking forward to it.
Ladies, again, thanks for coming in. Very nice to meet you. Thanks for educating me on roller derby. I appreciate it.
Yes, thanks for having us. We appreciate it very much.
You know, when Paige was setting up this interview that Tiffany was telling us about, I was like, hey, as long as I don't have to compete, I'm okay with this. I'm pretty sure I want no part of this.
We'll hit you if you want, if it'll make you feel better.
People watching me like, yeah, hit him. No, very, very nice to meet you. Best of luck this Sunday and going forward.
Thank you. We appreciate it.